Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
Hey, don't let these tears fool you. It's all dog around this mug. I'm good.
Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, Timothy J. Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. And for those that may not check out any other episodes besides this one, Happy New Year if I don't see you before then. But I do want to let you know that this show is brought to you by and powered by BETUS. You can sign up, get up to 150% on your first deposit, up to 125% on your second and third deposit, up to $2,000. Use the promo code YouTube150. That's YouTube150. And if you look on BETUS, you'll see that the Saints are a 1-point underdog against the Raiders. My, how the mighty have fallen. Unbelievable, man. Unfreaking believable. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. And I know some of you are probably wondering to yourself, you know, normally I do a prediction show a little bit longer, not this close to game time, but, you know, this is just basically a statement where the Saints are right now. I mean, it's basically what I'm doing here. You know, like, it's not even worth going and expounding on this team because it's been absolutely pathetic all season long. And the Saints basically have no one to blame but themselves, kicking the can down the road, you know, keeping players way too long, whiffing on draft picks. And when you do those type of things, when you practice those type of disciplines, that's exactly what happens. You end up finding yourself in the basement being a 1-point underdog against the Raiders, a Raiders team that doesn't even have a quarterback. In fact, they gave up on a quarterback that we don't even want. I mean, most Saints fans don't want. That goes to show you where the Saints are right now. Look, I can talk about some of the things that I can look for in this game, but why would I sit up here and try to humor you all? Okay, just for the sake of argument, just because I want to do this show and feel like, you know, we got to talk about this, let's go ahead and talk about some things that we could possibly look forward to. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is active in this game. I mean, I would like to see Clyde Edwards-Helaire run out there with the all black on, black and gold, you know, going out there. He won a high school championship in Louisiana in the Superdome. He won a national championship inside of the Superdome. And now he's going to play for the Saints inside of the Superdome and being an hour and 30 minutes away from his hometown of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I guess that's a plus. Can Kendre Miller get more snaps? You know, be that the Saints won't get blown out by the Raiders and they have to throw the ball to get themselves back into the game. Will the Saints get a turnover? I mean, it's been a minute since the Saints actually got a turnover in a football game. Will the pass rush show up? Will they be able to stop the run against a team that is one of the worst running teams in all of football? Will Spencer Rattler actually look the part? I mean, he's been going up against some tough competition, being a rookie, with basically both hands tied behind his back, throwing the football to guys like Kevin Austin, and Mason Tipton, right? I mean, this game is a tailor-made game for Kevin Austin and a Mason Tipton to go off. All right. I mean, because both of these teams are ass. I mean, I'm sorry. That's the only way I can put it. They're terrible. Okay. The Saints will be without Eric McCoy and Lucas Patrick. Stop me if you didn't hear that before. The Saints won't have Alvin Kamara. Despite Chris Olave practicing all week, he won't play. I mean, Lante Taylor, Kool-Aid McKinstry will be out there. Man, let's just get this over with. All right. And for those that's like, man, let's just go ahead and tank this. Let's go ahead and lose this game. We don't need to win this. Understand this. The Saints draft position will not move, win or lose. They will still remain at 10. They will need some things to happen in order for them to move in draft position. So they can go out there and play as formidable as possible. They still will be at 10. They can look about as mediocre as a C+, and they still will be at 10. Because the Saints picked the worst season ever to be bad. Now, normally when you 5-10, normally when that happens, you're probably picking in a top 4, top 5. But the Saints picked the worst season because everybody is trash. Bears, trash. Titans, trash. Raiders, trash. Giants, trash. Jaguars, trash. Just basically a dumpster fire of a season in the NFL. I don't think I've ever seen teams as trash as they have been this season. But that just shows you the bad luck that the New Orleans Saints have. Even when they're ass, they got other teams that are more terrible than they are. I'm sorry. I used up my 2 expletives for the day. That's it. All right. I just had to put emphasis on how everybody feels. So I apologize for that. For those that may sit up here and, I apologize, but I had to put emphasis on it. Using the word trash to me, that's saying this with and putting it together with fine tooth gloves. But like I said, you can look for maybe Spencer Rattler having a better game because he went up against stiff competition in his first few starts. I mean, going up against the Broncos, who have a really good defense, going up against the Chargers, who have a really good defense, going up against Green Bay, who have a really good defense. Washington, he kind of came in, for some mop-up duty because Jake Haener looked awful. But all I'm saying is you got to play for pride, all right? I mean, I don't want to see guys flipping all over the place and flopping all over the place and saying Cancun on 3, got their cell phone on the sidelines looking on Expedia trying to get their package together for when they go to Europe or wherever they backpack, wherever they want to go. All I'm saying is let's just go ahead and play for some pride, all right? I want to see the Saints win today. I want to see the Saints win, and I do feel like the Saints are going to win this football game. I really do. I think the Saints are going to win this football game. I expect for the Raiders to Raider. I expect for the New Orleans Saints probably to do something on special teams, whether it's a kick return or a block punt. I expect for the New Orleans Saints to at least get some pressure on Aiden O'Connell. Okay, if you can't get pressure on Aiden O'Connell, man, it's just worse than I thought. Let's see if you can neutralize Brock Bowers. I mean, probably can't, but hey, let's see if we can actually do that. And let's see if we can stop the run. Once again, the Raiders are one of the worst running teams in football. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no need for anybody to be sitting up here talking about the Saints, can't stop the Raiders running game. All right. Hold on one second. I apologize. I'm actually trying to pull up the The inactives. Anybody know what the inactives are right now? I forgot to actually pull that up. Let's see. Inactives for the Saints here today. All right. Let's see. The inactives. All right. So Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I see you, B Creole. He's actually back in the lineup. Okay. He will play today. All right. He will play today. All right. The inactives for the New Orleans Saints today. Derek Carr, Jordan Mims, Alvin Kamara, Anthony Orji, Mason Tipton, John Ridgeway III, and Christian Boyd. Okay, those are the inactives today. So the good thing about it is we will see Clyde Edwards-Helaire. B Creole, when you said that just made that pop in my head. Like I don't have the inactives up here. So I'm actually just trying to make sure, man, that that's all the reports that they actually have right now that are coming out. This is one of them games, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you playing like DraftKings or you're playing BetUS or something like that, and playing like one of these showdown games, this is one of them games where you probably gonna pick both of the defenses to be in your lineup. Blake Groupie probably gonna be in your lineup. Like I don't know if you're feeling if you're feeling dangerous, maybe throw a quarterback up in there or something. But it's gonna be pretty bad, man. It's gonna be pretty bad. All right. But man, thank y'all for being here. For real. Thank y'all for being here. And I've said this before, and I feel like it's an apropos to say it again. We're about to find out who the real Who Dat Nation is. Like, we're about to find out who really standing on Saints business, because it's gonna get ugly, man. It's gonna get ugly over the next couple of seasons, in my opinion. We're gonna see who the real Saints fans are. We're gonna see who's gonna be around here, good, bad, and different. Because I can understand the frustrations of the fan base. I can understand, people criticizing Mickey Loomis and, basically, the Saints not shying away from the same practices over and over again, getting familiar individuals to come up in here. And, I've heard a lot of talk, a lot of chitter chatter about, who should be the next head coach. Everybody kind of threw their names out there, who the Saints should get. I already told y'all how I feel about it. I feel like if you get yourself a brand new coach that has never had experience dealing with a team, having him come into a situation like this, bad salary cap, bad roster, bad practices when it comes to the draft process, you're setting that individual up to fail. It's just that plain and simple. Me personally, I would prefer for the New Orleans Saints to get somebody that already has a proven track record, because the reality is I can't see a coach that is brand new, fresh off the street with his first opportunity, being able to make chicken salad out of chicken, right off the bat, like a coach that probably has been through that situation could do. That is why, when people, mention names like, let's just say Mike McCarthy get fired. Like, I wouldn't be objective to Mike McCarthy coaching the Saints. You know why? Because Mike McCarthy has had experience turning teams around. I know if this is not popular opinion, but John Gruden, if they was to get John Gruden as the head coach, I understand how that name can make some people feel. But, like, he has a proven track record that he can improve teams and win with what you got. So that is what I feel. Like, you're going to have to get somebody that is really, really good if he's brand new, that is going to be able to keep this fan base kind of at bay, because let's just keep it a buck. A lot of us only see what's on the field, right? We're not going to have the patience. We're going to sit here and complain and whine and boo-hoo and not really understand what the Saints have to do in order for them to get better. So to appease that side of the fan base that don't really understand the game like that, and understand that based on what the Saints have dug themselves into, that they're going to have to, kind of look bad and before it gets good, you might want to get yourself a coach that has some levels of experience. That's all I'm saying. And before people are like, oh no, not Mike McCarthy, not Mike, like, come on, man, come on. Let go back. Like, I understand that the Cowboys have been eliminated from playoff contention, but please go and take a look at Mike McCarthy's record as a head coach for the Dallas Cowboys over the last couple of years, right? Let's look at it. Let's look at his record over the last couple of years with the Dallas Cowboys. I think he came there maybe 2022 or something like that. I can't remember. But let's go ahead and check it out. All right. Back in 2022, he went 12-5. The year last year, he went 13-4. This season, not so much. So all I'm saying is the dude knows how to win. You know, like, and you can't win if you ain't in it. So I'm looking at it from that particular perspective. I know we want the hot shot coach. I know we want the guy that everybody is going after, but you have to live in reality here. You gotta live in reality, man. The reality is that it's going to get ugly, and you need somebody that's going to be able to keep it afloat. Now, I seen a video of someone, saying some things about me in regards to Aaron Glenn. I basically said Aaron Glenn, hiring him is basically like, you're getting dumped by your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend, and you end up dating somebody that looks exactly the same, carries themselves the same personality, etc., etc. There's a reason why you broke up in the first place, right? You don't want to get the same exact thing, is all I'm saying. But I understand where the guy was coming from, saying Aaron Glenn, black coach, me being black. Look, man, I already told y'all. You know what I'm saying? I already told y'all, like, this is the problem. Like, you shouldn't, just because you're black or, you're any color doesn't mean that you have to support a person just for the simple fact. That don't mean, like, I want him to get a job. I believe that he needs to get a job. But why can't he get a job in Jacksonville where I feel like he can have himself a better start? He has a better roster. You're basically setting him up to fail. And I wouldn't want that. But the game is on right now. The game is on right now. I said I got the Saints winning this football game. I think that, they're probably going to, keep it close. I think that both teams have some struggles, going to have some struggles in this game. But at the end of the day, I think the Saints are going to pull it off. All right, but we'll be back at halftime, and I'll probably go ahead and take you to the end of the game. Then we're going to switch over to Bleacher Report, like the same old thing we've been doing. So come on back. We'll watch the second half together. Enjoy that, and and then Bleacher Report, and then finally the post game show. All right. Once again, the show is brought to you and powered by BetUS. Sign up today. Get up to 150% on your first deposit, up to 125% on your second and third deposit, up to $2,000. Use the promo code YouTube150. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?